So I'm going to talk about audio, which you can probably tell because there's a constant buzz going on. Because we try to plug in the laptop in these speakers up there that I'm using with my voice right now. And it sounds like somebody just plugged in iPhones up there and just put it to full volume. Right, so I'm not going to use that. So, what am I talking about? Audio, I guess. Okay. So, I'm remote controlling it if my phone is terrible. Don't do that ever. Okay. So, hi, I'm Aaron Rosenfeld, as you can tell. I live in Berlin, Germany, but I also have been frequenting Toronto in Canada a lot. As you already also know, I'm an audio designer, composer, sort of kind of stuff. At least that's what I'm mostly known for. I worked on Minecraft. So I'm 27 now. When I started working on Minecraft, I was 19. I think I started making music when I was 15, so like 11, 12 years of sound design music stuff. But back then I was not very good yet, right? And the night I was Marcus, because you know that this game is famous and all because everyone knows Minecraft now, but back then it looked like this. And it was not called Minecraft, I think it was like Cave Block Game. And it was very uninteresting and ugly, is I think the way you could describe that. And I met Marcus because we were both hanging out in this community called TIG Source, TIG Source. Still exists. You should go there if you ever want to look at in-depth projects, because a lot of game devs use it to showcase their games, just like Marcus and me. And well, yeah. So Marcus and I just met and we kind of clicked together because I like this dumb, weird stuff that he made before. He made a lot of terrible Java clones. They're all just clones, it's hilarious. And then he made this, and he was like, hey, I like your music. Could you make sound music for this? And I was like, sure. And I was looking at this, and this was 2009, right? So at that time, indie games had a very specific sound, which, let me show you an example. And we're going to test the sound in a few hours. So this is one of those games, very popular now, it's Rosenfeld. Let me do something real quick, because this is really damn funny.
Holy shit. It's terrible.
I know I'm a sound engineer. So, what do you notice about, what I noticed? Oh, it says step on the HDMI cable. This is another cool thing that this thing does. That's great. Cool. Anyway, so a lot of games from 2008 to 2009, they had chiptune, right? Because most games, they decided to use pixel art, because the cool thing about pixel art is that you have less work because you have less pixels to work with, which is why all indie games are pixel art, if you know that. But it also had the downside that everyone used chiptune because that was the obvious choice, and I was really bored by that at that time. Nowadays, nobody uses chiptune anymore, for me, I think. But my inspiration was a game like this, which is called Dwarf Fortress. And if you don't know Dwarf Fortress, it's what happens if you combine The Sims, Dungeon Keeper, a bunch of dwarves, and the world's most complex world simulator existing right now. And it's a weird simulation of you're tasked with this goal of building a cave for dwarves, and the problem is that the dwarves have emotion, and sometimes if you make them overwork, they go get depressed and go kill themselves, or open up a lava cave and destroy your entire house. So, but the thing about Dwarf Fortress is, despite the fact that it's absolutely not pretty at all and terrible in controls, as you can see on the right side here. That's how you control the game. You press A, and then B, and then C, and then you go down and press F1. Anyway, the thing that happens when you start the game is it has normal music, like this flamenco music, right? And that was when I started the game, it was super weird to me because I did not expect that an ugly dust window can actually play MP3 files. So I was intrigued of that, and I was like, I'm going to stick around and see what this thing is about. And I kind of wanted to achieve the same with Minecraft. And what I did essentially was, let's see if I can move forward here. Instead of like chiptune or like happy schmacky music, which is probably the most expected thing, I basically decided to have some like melancholy and kind of like weird ethereal sounds, and most of it should sound acoustic even if it's not acoustic at all. And it was weird, and most people like saw this like fairly uninteresting looking blocky thing, and they were like, but this music is interesting, so I might check it out. And back then, when nobody knew it, was actually kind of useful for us, and like people stuck around because they were like, there might be more to it, and that was the effect, right? But I'm not here to talk about my games because I don't want to shill anything. I'm here to say that games that thought about audio early are of higher artistic quality. And I'm just going to basically rapid fire you a bunch of games and tell them why I think they're amazing because of the sound. And essentially, I will basically the next 20 minutes tell you over and over again to hire audio people as early as possible. And then I will repeat that sentence over and over again for 20 minutes. And I will tell you that you should hire audio people as often as possible. So, first game, this is Last of Us. I want to show it because it's a technical, amazing game. But the downside of Last of Us is that Naughty Dog made it, and Naughty Dog is a slave trading company that forces you, well, it doesn't force you to, but they encourage you to basically work 60 hours a week and then on Sundays also. But the upside is the tech is amazing. So what Last of Us does for audio, for example, they have like crazy garbage, like the spatial audio. They do what do they do? Like they ray trace where the audio is, and then they like apply in real time filters like impulse response and low clutter. Okay, I'm going to show you something real quick because I've mentioned impulse response a few times and I've realized nobody knows what impulse responses are. So this is audio software, right? Let's turn it out loud. Let's see if it works.
I have a stupid robot voice.
Cool. So, for those who don't know what no cutting is, because it's really useful and most game engines actually have that nowadays. So this is like what the
stupid robot.
That's what it looks like in equalizer. If you do low cutting, you basically just do that, right? You just cut off most of the frequencies. And now it sounds like somebody is in the next room instead of this room. That's what Last of Us and pretty much every other sound engine now does. You should use it a lot. But what Last of Us also does, which no sound engine really does at all, because nobody would be so stupid to implement that, is impulse responses, which is basically, it's this like crazy thing where like some people go into a room, put like a bad speaker like that up, put a microphone in that corner over there, and then that speaker makes crazy noises. And once that's done, that microphone has the audio, they put it in the software, and then the software knows exactly what this room sounds like. So like you can like basically say like this is supposed to be like sound like an attic.
I have a stupid robot voice.
That's not very interesting. Let's see what we have here. I personally like stadium, aircraft, car, domestic. There's so much shit that okay, let's do this is one of the longest reverbs in the world. This is the what's it called? It's the Whispering Gallery in India.
I have a stupid robot voice.
Actually, I don't get it. Oh, there's the mix down. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, that's what Naughty Dog does in real time. And what that sounds like, let's go back to my talk. I will find it. Right. Let me show you a quick. I'm going to fast forward. So basically, here's an example. These two go.
Let's go.
Alright, hold on.
And in real time, it applies. In real time, it applies the sound of their voices. That is amazing, but don't ever fucking do that because you don't you are so here's the thing. Programmers are lazy, and they will never care about sound design. They will never go to the sound guy and say, okay, I'll program this for you. No, they just want to make the game design because that's the interesting part of them. So, that's not a problem though, if you hire an audio person early. Here's an example. Alicia sent me that. Shut up, Alicia, okay. Jesus Christ, okay. That's what happened, I wasn't actually in the thing. Good. So this is Soma, what they did. So listen to the footsteps. it sounds super realistic because what they did is so simple. They decided, okay, the bathroom needs to have bathroom footsteps, so we're just gonna like apply the bathroom filter on top of it, render it, put the wave file in the game, and that's it. And that's such a simple solution to like a very complicated sound problem, and it makes it sound amazing. Here's some more examples. And they do that in the entire game, but there's no technology applied. But it sounds realistic because they were like, you don't actually need a complicated technology because we can just like make the sound files. And that might be more work for the audio guy, but they don't care if they are hired early on, right? Right. Here's another thing. This is Dark Souls. I'm not actually sure what it's playing. Now, the thing about Dark Souls, let me go to something that might be lower, because we have shitty speakers here. Dark Souls has beautiful background audio. I dare say the music of Dark Souls is negligible and uninteresting, and the background audio is amazing because they actually took attention and time into it. And background audio is goddamn important, and no game cares about background audio. You don't understand it because even a goddamn programmer can't do background audio. Example, you want a chorus sound. You go to Amazon.com, buy the shitty Zoom H1, it's $100. You take that thing, go into the forest, put a sock onto that microphone, press the red button, go away for 10 minutes, take the microphone, and then you have a forest sound file. If you want like creepy forest, you just go to a train station, record the train station, then slow down the train station, put it on top of the forest, and it's done. If it sounds terrible, do what Dark Souls does, and put a reverb on top. That's it. And the thing about background audio is that it's so important. Even if you make a cookie clicker, if you just like make some background audio, like rustling winds or something, and then the game feels better. Why don't people do that? I don't understand. Here's another game that like has great attention in audio design. Because the game has no music at all, just like background audio. Let me see if I can make something of it. Oh my god, why did I just choose silent games so that you can actually see the button? So this is the Witness, right? The Witness has no music because they decided music is going to distract from the puzzle experience. Take what you want from that. But like every little corner of the game has a sound effect that they recorded specifically for that one corner. Like, let's see here. For example, this blue audio right here. They have a sound for that. You can go to it. It specifically makes a sound, and that's not really complicated work at all. Like, sound designers tell you that like they're really good at their work, but honestly, you just need to point the microphone at it, and that's it, right? So I don't know. Essentially, bottom line, hire a sound designer early, and you might actually have a cool sound like The Witness. Another thing is, this is very interesting. So sound design can make ugly games look pretty. This is Peak 2. The game came out in '99, and most of the reviews were like, this game is great. It looks terrible, but the atmosphere is amazing. Let's see if you can hear this. So what Peak 2 does, air is loud.
Better check my map.
So they put triggers in the game, like super simple like technology. So this door right there has a trigger. If you walk through it, the game knows, oh, he's going to go to the basement, so we're going to put the basement background audio.
This must be the door Basil mentioned.
And now they like basically made a basement audio, which is probably they just like took like one sound file and just stretched it out in its base, you know, that's a basement. But the feeling is great.
Good thing the butler's out for the night.
Oh my god, I need that video, thank you. Like another thing it does is it like pays attention to the feeling of the rooms. So like for example, if you go upstairs to the rich person place, they make a sound that is just as simple, but it sounds rich because it's like a higher note for some reason. But now the place feels rich, just because that one note that they press down on the synthesizer. And another thing they do, which I think is so clever, and no game does it anymore, and I don't know why. So we're waiting here for like a guard to go away, but like that door over there that we're gonna walk through, it has a trigger to activate music that plays in sync with that background audio. And Peak 2 has barely any music, like it's so simple. Yeah, go away. So now we're in the hallway, and like cool background noise. And that gives you like so much more feeling, and you don't even know it's happening. You don't even know that it was supposed to start playing here. You the player, you're like, oh, it's probably just the sound file is like that. But they specifically decided right here should be the moment where that sound file needs to play. And essentially, they made a story just with background audio, and that's amazing. And now this ugly game actually it gives you like feelings, even though it's still goddamn ugly. And the game did not age well, it's really bad. And the interesting thing is, this background music is actually really good at transitioning. Because it plays a little bit and then it stops because it knows, oh, you're in the basement, so I can't play that music anymore. Cool transitioning, garbage technology, but still the execution is amazing. Nobody does that anymore, and I don't know why. Like, no attention to background audio. I'm going to show you one more example, and I made it myself, which is by, oh my god, I forgot to show you Sword Game. Sword Game is amazing. I'm going to show you that first. So Sword Game is back to the Soma thing with the footsteps, where like Sword Game is a ugly little flash game made by Dropkin. And what they did in this game is it's Flash. Flash has no sound technology. The only thing you can do with Flash is press play. But what they decided to do is, like, the sound designer was like, I'm going to make it sound really cool, even though this is an ugly game. And it's amazing. Like, this game gives you feelings because the sound is good. And I'm also terrible at feelings. The focus is not there, but the sword is in the way. Anyway, that's the point. Just like, if you give a sound designer time, they will make your game sound great. So you just need to give a sound designer time, which I think I have said like at least 20 times now. Anyway, back to ugly game. Let me do the full screen. Right, okay. So this is the thing that I made in like 4 days for this event, I think. It's goddamn ugly. You can tell these houses are terrible. It looks like somebody who has no like visual design made it, which is true because I don't. Like look at these walls, for example. It's terrible. But what you can do is literally you just like record like the sound of the city and put a reverb on top of it, and like suddenly you do that. Let's see where. Why do I make my games quiet? Anyway, just well you can kind of hear it. It's basically kind of like ethereal, and then you put headphones on, it's great. And it makes the city, like this little ugly city, feel like a little bit more alive in the way that you don't want to be there. Another thing you can do is like, this is like I went to the river in front of my house and recorded it and I slowed it down, and now I put it like a sound file there. And suddenly it sounds like a funny thing you don't want to be in. And that took me like 2 minutes of work, and I think anyone could do that. This is the river sound file again, but like 10 times, speed 10 times. No work involved. This is the river sound file again, but then I just went to like an audio software, like an Audacity, just like click on random sound effects. And suddenly that window sounds like you don't want to go close to it. And then you can keep doing the same thing over and over again, and like, even for a programmer, it doesn't really take any time. But if a sound designer does it, like, and the programmer has more time to make this game, like, it's a win-win situation. What I really want to say here is that you should hire a sound person as early as possible. Like, look at this little pond thing. Like, without any of the sound that's turned off. It looks ugly and terrible, but now I put like a weird sound effect on top of it, and now you're like, woo, what's this? It's nothing. It's nothing. But I made it interesting just by putting like a random thing that I had on my folder. Like this. Put a bassy thing in there, and now you don't really want to go with it because it sounds creepy. There's no real logic to it. But like here, I don't know, like I played like piano, and I put it in here because I was like, there's a big guy playing piano in there. And he's breathing loud. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, you You can make ugly games look interesting if you make the sound design out of, like, just think about it for like 2 minutes. I should go back to my phone. That was key. This game is wrong game with image, don't ignore. It's Devil Daggers. The thing about Devil Daggers is that everyone remembers Devil Daggers for being intense. And it's not because of the game design, it's because of the sound design. There is no space for music in Devil Daggers because there's actually literally no sound space for that. Let me show you. This game is pure goddamn noise, and it's amazing. Because they essentially decided, let's take the idea of just like making weird, crazy audio and actually paying attention to it. So like all these like crazy skeletons, every single one of them have like a sound file attached to them, and it's like all 3D. So like you constantly think like you're gonna die because everything is surrounding you in 3D. Even though it's like if you turn off the audio, it's a nice visual game. So like just pure attention to audio design to like help the game design to actually shine. This is Antichamber by Alex Bruce. When I learned about like that Alex is making this game, he could not care less about sound design for music. In fact, he decided that his post-rock band is going to make the music because I don't care. And then Robin Arnott came in. And he was like, I'm going to make sound design for this game, and it's not going to make any sense whatsoever. So like what you just heard with like players falling down with like shaft, like it sounds like they're falling in water, even though visually that is absolutely not happening. Let's see. Another thing I like personally is fast forward. But, so there's this really clever game design thing that Robin Arnott did, which I think Alex didn't even like think about, but Robin did, is that, so this little thing here is like, I'm going to spoil this puzzle for you. If you move, it moves aggressively. And what Robin did was basically say, oh, I'm going to run in pigeons, because if you move to pigeons, they move aggressively. So it sounds like pigeons. Great. So basically the idea is sound design doesn't have to make sense. What has to make sense is that of course it's early on in your process so that you can figure that out for you. Right? This is Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor. It's a game about I think it's a game about dysphoria and having a terrible job and no money. So one of the days in the game is essentially it's a festival. But the game is on a very tiny like scale. I think like only like 5 people work with it, and they they wanted to have a festival where like there's a lot of music around, but they can't actually make that much music. So what they did is they only took a singular song, took the stems of that song, and just placed it onto the game board. So what that sounds like is. So this is like this whole band, and now like we walk around and we find fewer people that play the same song, but like only one like few parts of the band. Like there's a drummer right here, for example. That's goddamn clever, and I applaud it for that. Like just like limitation and then figuring out, you could actually just make one song anyway. It doesn't matter. Let's do it. That's great. Here's another example of doing the same technology, but like with a completely different game. This game is called Blarg. I'm sorry, this is a Let's Play video. That's the only thing I could find because I couldn't be arsed to plug in my bike to record all that stuff. So essentially what this guy is doing is he's like making more of these little eyeballs. And the eyeballs themselves, they make sound sources. And the more like eyeballs appear, the more sound sources are there. Like it's really simple. It's literally just one step file and just like speed times 2. And the interesting thing about this game specifically is like the longer this guy is playing, the less he's saying because he's just kind of just like in it. It's great. Fast forward. If you ever get the chance to play this game, you really should, because it's like a really nice experience with all these balls surrounding you and all of them make this nice little sound. It's clever because like this is like only 2 people working on this, and they've worked on it for a week, and the game is amazing and it sounds great. Anyway, this is Pixel Jam Eden, which is interesting because Pixel Jam Eden came from a collaboration between Q Games and a guy who calls himself Bion. He's a Japanese minimal techno guy. And minimal techno has absolutely nothing to do with video games. It should not be in video games. But what they decided to do is do it anyway. Alright, let's see here. Like visually and like the sound that you just heard, it makes no sense at all, right? But like as you actually keep playing the game and you understand the game loop and that like it's all about swinging around in repetition over and over again, like the repetitive music. What essentially happens is you get in a trance and like you don't even care that the music is kind of weird and like you don't really hear that kind of music. It just works because the loop, like, I don't know, it's like super weird. The idea is, music doesn't have to make sense. What you really should do is just hire the person early enough to figure that out for you. This is Fez. I like Rich Wieland's Disaster Piece because he uses most of his music as a story element. So like this is like a scene, for example, of Fez, where like, the thing about Fez is that barely anything is going to hurt you in this game. And like Rich is trying to like some data with the music. Like for example, here like it goes into night, and night in video games usually means you have to hide. But like what Rich is doing is like he plays the same song on a higher scale. And the music sounds nice and calming and you could just fall asleep. What he's trying to tell you essentially is that there's nothing that's going to hurt you. Makes total sense. Another example from Rich is a new game. They worked on a Hyperlight Drifter, and a lot what they do, what Rich does, specifically in Hyperlight Drifter, is a lot is look at me scenes. So, for example, here, let's see. Seems obvious. That is basically the triggers right there, and like then the game is like music, but it makes total sense. It basically tells you like in several ways that you have to look at the scene and remember it. Here's another example. The same thing again. thinks about it, like it says, right here, the music needs to go crazy. And that's what they did, and it works so great, and it's really important to do stuff like that. This is Sports Friends. Sports Friends has essentially just one official song because it's 4 different games, and they couldn't really like make all of the games be the same in like sound design because it's 4 different game lists, right? So what they did is, for that one tiny song that they put in the main menu, they put so much attention into it. Like every single menu option that you can choose in the game makes a different kind of music, but it's the same song. Let me show you. There's the main menu song. And like you can like go to the credit scenes, the back scenes. Big star, yo. Like a credit scene. Or like you can go to specific game menus, and the music changes specifically to that game. Like the attention to detail that like it's like basically a person who just makes the games would not have figured out, but like the composer can come in and like he says like sees the project girl telling he's like, I have this idea. I know I only have to make one song, but could I just the idea is you should just hire a person. This is panoramical. This is a game where like an audio person was at the heart, like he was specifically part of the project. Like I showed the game yesterday, but like the interesting thing about panoramical is actually it's a game where you not only change the visuals but the music at the same time. So like if you change faders, the music changes. It's brilliant. It's very quiet. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's ignore panoramical because I didn't need to record it. It's not quite volume. I'm so sorry. This is Goner. Goner is the IGF audio winner of this year for very good reasons. So what Goner does is the game loop is that you have to kill as many things as fast as possible without ever stopping to kill as many things as fast as possible. So what the music does is just encourage you and make you anxious as hell by just speeding up faster and faster as you keep on going. I'm going to show you what that's going to look like at some point, someday. Like you can see like the scroll, like the countdown timer. And now the music is changing too. Oh, you're really doing this, huh? And yeah, you can keep on going faster than more things. This game is really insane. And the thing is, the music never ever stops getting faster. Like, I've never seen a board like so fast that you can't actually hear what music is. I don't think anyone has, but it's possible. And then you die, this is great. very hardly. So basically what Ghana does is it creates anxiety, which sounds like a terrible thing, but that's really the point of the game. You're supposed to be anxious that you're going to die at any second, and then the music is like, yeah, you're going to die any second, yeah, you're really going to die, and it keeps going faster, like tells you, oh, you're still going to die, and then you do it, and you're like, oh, and then you play it again. It's great, like, it's just really encourages, like, the game design itself. It's it's like butter on a toast. What I'm really saying is, and then there's like games like this Ollie Ollie too, specifically. Games that like they either like have no money to hire musicians, or they actually the game doesn't really need any musicians at all, because like Ollie Ollie is just like this like casual game, or like if it would have a dedicated soundtrack, I don't think anyone would care about specifically. So they got a bunch of music in it, right? And like the music plays like on a playlist. But what they did specifically with Ollie Ollie, for example, is if you don't like that song, you just like switch the right stick and switch the song. Or like for example, here's N++, the same thing. The game design, like, it doesn't matter if it has specific music for the game itself. So what you can do, you can press like the next trigger and just switch the sound. So essentially, it's super easy to just like give players control over the music if you really want them to. The big idea is that you essentially just ask an audio person what they would do, and they will tell you. So you just essentially hire an audio person. And that's really what I'm saying here. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a bunch of questions, like three specifically that I get all the time, or never at all. This one, for example, when should I get an audio person? Or should I get an audio person? First of all, right now. The idea is essentially you can get an audio person in prototyping. And like in prototyping, they will actually shine the most, because that's where they can actually give you ideas that you can execute on way later. And usually it's fine, because audio is very uncomplicated to figure out most of the time. Except when you make panoramical, where that's really crazy. And should you get an audio person? I think you should. It's like my livelihood. And then like, how much is audio going to cost me? It's very interesting, because nobody knows. Like, not even like people that like have been in this industry for 10 years know how much audio costs. So I'm going to tell you the industry rates, and you're going to love this. So, musician, for example, right? Let me get this straight. Oh, you're going to love this. Okay, so musicians, the professional rate is $1,000 per minute of music. So, figure that one out. And that goes up if you want to keep the rights, and then you can say like, oh, it's going to be $2,000. Sound designer is $100 for like sound effects, and that can go up if you take the rights. Right? But the idea is they don't actually have to be that expensive. That is like the high quality. You're going to get like the guy who does God of War is like kind of money, first of all, and then like. If you don't have the money to do that, you can essentially book both sound designer and musician. What you can do, which is like fairly straightforward, is if you get them in early development, you can do revenue share, right? Rev share. And rev share is really simple, because you don't pay them at all until the game is done, right? And it can be as low as 5%, which if you do 5%, I hate you. And if you're generous, you can go up to 30. I mean, I've never seen anything for beyond 30, but basically, rev share is usually what most audio people love. But this is only going to work if the audio person actually has money to get by, or more projects that they can work on. So it doesn't always work. Alternatively, you can also, there's like many more things, like a lot of sound designers specifically, they do per hour rates, and that can go as low as like $40 an hour up to like $100 an hour, depending on how much they like or dislike your project specifically. And monthly rates, I've been in monthly rates before, which I find weird because it feels like you're an employee, but that's possible. The bottom line is actually essentially, if they like your project and they like you as a person, they're not going to be $1,000 per minute of music. They're probably going to be like waiters. But essentially, just get them in on the project early so they can see what your project is. And then they will figure it out for you, and they will probably not be as expensive as that. But just so you know, these are the professional rates. These really exist. Like, just so you know how expensive audio is. And then, this is an important one. This is essentially, put it right down here. So how should I tell my audio person what the game is supposed to sound like? And this is very interesting because what a lot of game devs do, and I think you've seen probably a bunch of YouTube videos that talk about this, is temp tracks, where like game devs like they just put on like their favorite songs, like Coldplay, and they say, "Oh, this is a great song. Can you please make this sound like Coldplay?" And the problem with that is, don't do this because the sound designer, first of all, is going to hate the guts of you. They will do it, but they will ask $1,000 per minute of music. Ideally, what you should do is, this is probably very hard, and like most people don't really know this skill, but you should, rather than like show them with music, show them with like what you have on your mind, like your feelings. Like try to think about words that like kind of explain why this should sound like Coldplay, but without telling them about Coldplay. And if you get this skill, I think most like audio people appreciate that more, because what you subconsciously do that I'm forcing you to do right now is you essentially give the sound person more freedom, which they should have because they have more knowledge than you, and no, you shouldn't use Coldplay. And Quentin Tarantino, if I see you ever again, just use some garbage music and not hire an audio guy who's gonna kill you. Because the guy won an Oscar. Yeah, so I probably ran through this talk. What you should know though, that audio people love you. They are not evil people. You should make love with them. You should hire them early on, because their livelihood depends on them. So that's good. Thank you. If you want to know about any of the games that I talked about, because I ran through this, I'm very anxious. Just tweet at me or send me an email. There's also contacts on my website. You can get there. Yeah, thanks.